Hey music fans, welcome back to the channel. Question: have you ever heard of a road case doubling up as a chicken coop? Or a legendary bluesman with a penchant for, well, let's just say, artistic films? That's right, we're diving into the wild world of John Mayall. We recently caught up with rock royalty Tony Carey, who is known for his work with Rainbow, Planet P Project, and the incredible Mandiki Soulmates. To hear his hilarious, heartwarming, and sometimes head-scratching stories of touring and jamming with the blues master, Tony Carey.
John Mayall gave Eric Clapton his first starring role with the Blues Breakers. And he's a lovely guy. And he had been the guest star on a tour on which I was a special guest. And this is a German artist, but big German artist, the biggest German artist. He's selling out arenas. And I got to know him. And just loved the guy. And after the tour, he said, can we do a record? I said, sure. So I went in and did his record, Chicago Line, for Island Records. And we were all happy, and it was great. And a few things on that stand out. Now, I thought blues, so I got him, especially, I thought I'd make him happy. This boutique amplifier guitar is way too expensive, red. You see the tubes, the vacuum tubes, the valves. Yeah. And I thought that'd be one. And it turns out his guitar player was Walter Trout, who's a monster. And he came in and looked at this boutique amp and laughed, said, "You got a Marshall?" Marshall stack. So Walter blew the walls out. He's still my buddy. This is a long time ago. And now blues records don't sell. So now this is kind of sad. So typically don't sell very well. And he presented me with you get gold records. He presented me with a blue record, which is so fantastic.
That's cool.
John Mayall and the Blues Breakers to Tony, thank you. And it's a blue record, mounted like a gold record, fantastic. Now, here's where it gets a little sad. About 2002, he called me. I was living in Spain, in Mallorca. And he called me and he said, "Remember how much fun we had?" I said, "Oh, hell yes." And he says, "You want to do it again?" I said, "Oh, hell yes." And I was excited. And he would call me back a couple weeks later. I was going to go to LA and we're going to record it I would have done it at his house like Rick Rubin does, just bring in some equipment, or Daniel Lanois does the same thing. Bring in some equipment where he's comfortable, and just because he was getting on in years. And he says, "Oh man, I got to tell you, there's no money for the budget." And I won't name the label. Why? They're all the same, so I won't name. But they actually wouldn't give him enough money, like for my plane tickets, my hotel, the equipment at the time. And I said, "John, I'll do it for free. And tell me how much you need. I'll pay you to do it." I mean, this is John Mayall. Come on. Yeah. And it never got made. And they ended up using he made a live album. I mean, somebody set 2 microphones in on a tape deck in a club he was playing, and that was his album. And that's really, really sad because, man, that guy contributed so much.
Oh yeah.
To, everything. He lived in Laurel Canyon. Blues from Laurel Canyon, I think, was a John Mayall album. And he lived in Laurel Canyon is a part of West Hollywood, folks. And I was a huge fan from him as a teenager, so this didn't turn out well. John Mayall would always have the same thing. He would he had one thing on his special wishes. They call it a rider, a concept rider. And that was a roast chicken wrapped in tinfoil. And he would date them, put a piece of tape on it and date them. And he kept them for about a week, and they were roasting. And so he always had his chicken, and he would have parties in his room. And he had a road case, like the wardrobe case, like you'd carry your stage clothes in and stuff. And he'd open it up, And there was a TV, and he was famous for having the world's largest pornography collection until his house burned down in whenever. And he'd invite the guys in the band, and he said, all I can offer you is chicken, but I got a lot of that. And so we'd unpack these aluminum foil wrapped chickens and have a chicken and beer party with Uncle Johnny. We loved him. Such
chicken
a guy.
And beer.
Yeah.
What more could you want than chicken and beer parties? There you go.
What an amazing story from the legend himself, Tony Carey. Until next time, Rock Rebels, well, you know the rest. Live life loud.